I wanted to hop on and talk about the dangers of trading your future financial freedom and unfixed income lifestyle for instant gratification, or the things that you can own today that are going to deplete your ability to save money in the long term. What am I talking about when I say these things? I'm talking about cars. I'm talking about remodel jobs that are great. I'm not against fixing things up, but remodeling a kitchen or a bathroom, or getting some fancy item that you don't necessarily need, that making do with what you have could keep you firmly in the driver's seat, heading towards the unfixed income lifestyle, which is what we're all after. We're not trying to see who can get to the finish line broke as fast as possible. We're trying to protect our hard-earned dollars so that we can get into a lifestyle of financial freedom. So sometimes it's good to just take a little bit of a audit, if you will, of your own life and just see where are the funds that we are busting our butt for and working to make going. How much is our car payment? Do we have a boat? Do we need it? I love boats. I think fishing is fantastic. I like being on the water. It's amazing. But are you buying something that you don't even use? Are you driving a vehicle that is way higher priced than it needs to be? Could selling that vehicle, even at a loss, getting a more realistic vehicle, free up money for your future investments and your financial freedom quest that you're on? I mean, so example, if you have a vehicle, I'm just going to run some basic numbers here so you can see what you're actually paying for. So let's just say that you buy a vehicle and it costs $45,000. A lot of people do that. That's not even a big deal anymore. Somehow that's not a big deal. I think it's crazy. $45,000, say your interest rate is 5.5, not far off. That's where we're at pretty much right now. Say that you put down $5,000 and you've got a payment plan for 6 years, so 72 months. So you purchased a vehicle for $45,000. You put down $5,000. Your interest rate is fixed at 5.5%. Your monthly payment, $653.52. So if you never pay ahead or pay anything extra, you will have paid, by the time that $45,000 vehicle will end up costing you $47,000. But you also put the $5,000 down originally when you bought the vehicle. So it's actually going to be $52,000. So you've got a $45,000 vehicle. You've parted with $5,000 liquid capital. And by the time you get done buying that after a 6-year term, you've put out $53,000. So let's just say that on that vehicle, I mean, if it's a pretty nice vehicle, you might have bought it used. So let's just say it had 20,000 miles on it. That's very reasonable. So you drive it for 17,000 miles a year times 6 plus 20. You're going to have a vehicle at the end of 6 years with 122,000 miles on it. You'll have paid them $53,000. And you have an asset that's basically shot or almost shot. It's ridiculous. Now, let's just say that you had done a different path and you purchased that vehicle with cash. Say that you just saved up cash and you bought one for $10,000. You don't have a payment at all. Take 53,000 minus 10. That leaves you 43 grand. You can do it monthly if you want, because you're going to on the car, divided by 72, $597 a month. Okay, so you've bought a used vehicle. Yes, it's not brand new. Yes, you're not as cool as you thought you were going to be. But you bought $10,000, you parted with $10,000 to buy the vehicle. You've saved $53,000, and you can do that. You've saved $43,000, and you can divide that by 72 months, $597. Let's just put that on a compound interest calculator and see what that does to your future financial freedom. Let's just see what it does. So 6 years, $597 a month. Let's just say that you make, let's just keep it modest, 6% gain. That's reasonable. Calculate out. Okay, so if you took this route, you would have $49,971 invested over a 6-year period, so 50 grand. You got a vehicle, you still got to go to work, you got to go to the places that you wanted to go, but you didn't have to spend $53,000. That is absolutely incredible. Let's just say that you took $1,000 and you put it into that initially. That would bring you up to 51,400. So 51,400, this is what you should be doing when you're looking at buying a new car or a new boat. Or it's different if you're a business owner and you're going to be able to write it off and you need it for your business and it's making you money, then it's different. But if you're just going to Publix or you're going to the grocery store and you don't have to have a brand new car, you are literally, in the literal sense, this is not figurative. My kids use the word literally a lot. You are actually, in fact, trading your financial freedom in the future for an asset, or what I like to call a depreciating liability in the present. So you could have 50 grand in your pocket and still have a vehicle. It's the same with anything. You buy a boat, you buy that house that costs much more, and you're like, you know what? I've always wanted this, and I just want to have. Well, yes, of course you do. And if you have the financial wherewithal and you've got your savings in the right spot, and you've got your income at the right level, then yes, you can do that. But if you want to have financial freedom and you want to live the unfixed income life, you're going to have to make some choices along the way. And it's going to involve cutting your monthly expenses as much as possible. So buy a used car. Even I'm not saying that borrowing the money for the used car is better, but if you're borrowing $20,000 instead of $45,000, that's a ton less interest you're going to pay, and you're going to free up capital that you can use for yourself, capital that you can invest into your future, your family's future, your children's college fund, travel with your spouse. All you could. It's the whole difference is removing the things in your life that are leeching away your income. They're just sucking it out of your wallet. What would that be? A high cable bill would be a great example. What if you're paying $200 a month? That's not uncommon. $220? Get rid of it. Get an antenna, for God's sake. When you want to watch the college football game that you missed, that you really want to see, you could go to a sports bar, have a burger, and still come out way ahead, and you could invest that money. I'm not saying you have to get rid of cable, but there are streaming services that you can do for a lot less. And if you don't understand how they work, ask someone, and they'll explain how you can save a ton of money doing that way. Also, auto insurance is another thing. That's a big deal. Cut that down. Cut where you can. If you take and remodel like your kitchen or your bathroom, or you build that fancy deck and lanai pool, they're not bad things. But where they become negative is when they start to take away your ability to live free, to live financially free, and what's even more important, to have actual freedom. So if you free yourself up from these money leeches that are just draining your account, and you use the funds towards investing, when you want to take that family vacation, you pay with cash. When you want to go buy that used car, you pay with cash. You don't have to go to the finance department and listen to this. It's funny, when you're buying a car, it's always the same story. And I like cars. I think they're great. But they're like, this car will last forever. It's the best car ever. 300,000 guaranteed. Absolutely no problem. Everybody says they're great. No, when it breaks, you're going to want to make sure you have this warranty. There's just a little bit of a conflict of interest there. And I'm not saying that they're all terrible to buy. We bought them on our cars. But the thing about it is, if you purchase used and you don't handcuff yourself into a big payment, even if you're paying cash, if you're dropping 80 grand cash out of your retirement and you're buying that car with cash, that 80 grand can no longer be in a interest-bearing account that is compounding over time and growing your wealth. So really think, do I really want to take this $80,000 out of my funds? Get a compound interest calculator, sit down on paper, work it out, and determine if that item is worth that type or large of an investment. It's uncanny. It's craziness how many people are trading their future financial freedom, are trading their retirement, their travel, their kids' college for a present day item that they just can't live without. We always buy the new one. That's great. If you have a ton of cash and your retirement's all set up, you're financially free on every level, do it. Go buy the Lamborghini. But or go buy, well, maybe not a Lamborghini, you could, but go buy that truck. I mean, a pickup truck. People say it's just a pickup truck. Well, it was 75 grand. I mean, if you do the math on that, $75,000 is insanity what you could do for your financial freedom if you invested that wisely and you let it grow over time instead of depreciating over time. It's the exact opposite. One is going up, your investments, compound interest. The other one is going down, and it's going down, and it's taking you down with it. So stop trading your future financial freedom, your unfixed income lifestyle, your children's college fund. Stop trading your paid off home for things that you don't need. You don't have to have. Not saying you don't have to have a vehicle. You probably do because of your job, unless you work remote or virtually. If you don't have to have the massive, and I don't get me wrong, I think they're incredible. These new pickup trucks are amazing. They're really great. But if you don't have to have it, if you can forego that purchase, even for just a period of time, that money will be in your possession and you will get the gain instead of the bank getting the gain off of you. That 5.5%, the bank is making that money off of you. You're funding their portfolio. If you buy a used car with cash and you go invest that money, you become almost like the bank, where your money is now paying you a dividend or an interest rate, and it's compounding over time, and it's going to grow. The trick with investing and saving is you need to get it to a certain amount so that you can care about it. If you have $38 in your pocket, it's just going to run through your fingers like water. But if you look into your retirement account and you're looking at $400,000 and you're starting to think, okay, this could go to 7 or 8, this could be to 1.1. Okay, now we're talking. Now we are cooking with gas. Now, do I want to take out 80 grand and go buy this? I don't know, because I would like to have freedom. I would like to let it grow so that I can make different, more free choices with my money instead of letting the bank tell me how much they're going to charge me to borrow their money, which is how it always works. It's ridiculous. There are so many people, and it's tough to see this because it just shouldn't be happening. These cars are amazing. I'm not anti-car at all. But if there are so many people that have 2 brand new cars on their driveway, their house is looking rough, they don't have hardly any savings, and they're upset that they're broke. They're upset that they don't have a retirement. They're upset that they can't travel. Well, sell your cars, all right? Get rid of them. Get a used car. There are dealerships that sell used cars. They don't all have to be brand new. Let someone else suffer the depreciation. Let them go in, pay top dollar, lose that money right off the bat, and then go buy it a year later, get the same car. They're all incredible after a year. They're barely even broken in. These are not like they were when I was a kid, where they had issues. These cars are amazing. Do that and preserve your financial freedom. Stop buying depreciating liabilities. Stop killing yourself. Yes, that's how you've always done it. Great. I'm glad to hear that. Has financial freedom been how you've always done it? Because if that's how you want to live, then you can't continue to do things the way that you've always done it. It doesn't work that way. You've got to change your thinking. And when you change your thinking, the freedom will follow, the passive income will follow, the capital will follow, The portfolio will follow. You'll have opportunities for investments that you wouldn't otherwise have because now you have money. So if an opportunity shows up, you can make a move. Develop a plan to get to financial freedom. Simplistic plan, get rid of debt, increase investments, increase income so you can put more into investments and watch it grow. And wait, be patient. Let it grow. Don't rob it. Don't get $10,000 in. Go find something, take it out, and buy it. There are emergency things where there's medical expenses, whatnot, things that come up, understandable. But if you put your money and then all of a sudden you pull it up because you found some item that you just have to have as a 12K TV, I'm going to buy this as Christmas, I'll take it out of my 401K. That is nuts. Don't do that. Let it grow. Be patient. Don't touch it. If your job slows down and you have to get another job part-time to kind of keep things even keel to get through, do it. Don't let yourself bleed your future dry. Don't do it. I just see way too many people being caught in this debt grinder. It's like a meat grinder of debt, and you cannot get out. You try to climb out and you can't because it just keeps piling on and the interest gets higher, and then you can't get it. So you have to refi. Then you've got to redo this or that. There's a time where it's called cause and effect. So how you want to live tomorrow, how you're going to live tomorrow is based on your actions that you're taking today. What actions are you taking today? Are you saving money? Are you reducing your expenses? Are you planning for financial freedom? The more you plan, the more you focus on it, and the more you enact the changes necessary, the better the odds it's going to happen. It will become real. The numbers will magically start to appear. So just take a look at your own life. Do an audit of what you're spending money on and just be honest with yourself. Cut some things back. Invest that money and good things will start to happen. I guarantee it. I'm Wayne Kramer for the Unfixed Income YouTube channel. I wrote a book, From Pounding Nails to Sales, 9 simple tools to build your dream life. You want to break free from fixed income, you're not in sales yet? Get in sales. Get paid what you're worth. Get a copy of this book. I'm going to put a link on the description of this channel. And it just goes through how to get out of labor, how to get out of a dead-end job, say that you're working in some career that's a fixed income, salary, what have you. Get into sales. This is a guide on how to do it. It's straightforward, and it can change your life. You can also get this on Amazon as well. It's a very straightforward read. I don't know, it's 140 pages, I believe. Yeah, you'll like it. I want to make sure that everybody has the opportunity to read it and can apply it. What's more important than reading is applying it to your life. Head knowledge is only so important. It's really great to have head knowledge, but what you really want to do is you want to get it into action. So if you know everything about a certain subject, but you never utilize it and put it into motion, it's worthless knowledge. You're in a dead-end job. Get this book. Get into sales. It will change your life. You can write your own paycheck. And your company, the higher you get paid, the more your company is going to love you because they're making more. It's a win-win for everybody involved. I talk about ways to choose the company. There's some workbooks in here that you can go through. So get your copy of this. If you haven't subscribed to the Unfixed Income channel yet, come on, man. Subscribe. Just click subscribe, man. I'm going to say man because I'm a child of the 80s. I'm a child I saw a meme a while back, and it said raised on neglect and hose water. That's where I'm from. We used to say man and cool and mint back in the day, and I'm bringing them back. We're gonna start our own trend. Forget these young people with their acronyms. Ours were cooler than that. So click subscribe, but most importantly, take inventory of your life. Look at where your money is going, and just stop blowing it on liabilities, things that don't grow and give you income back. You don't get a return on them. When you put your money in stocks, you get a return. Yes, it can go down. I understand. When you put your money in stocks, a lot of times you can get a dividend. When you put it into real estate, you'll get passive income. You'll get tax advantages. But when you put it into vehicles and like a patio, a nice patio is great. But if you're putting it all into your patio, it's gone. It's not going to give you any return on your investment unless you're making a restaurant and setting it up for people to come and have dinner. You're going to make a profit. But if you're not, which you probably aren't, then it's a dead-end deal. Make sure that you're putting your money into a place where it can grow. Like if you have a seed, say you have a bag of seeds. Say each seed is like $1, and you have a bag of seeds. Are you going to just go give them all away and like the bank and let the bank have a massive garden, a field of seeds growing, and then you have nothing? You could take those same seeds. You might have to give the bank some, like a mortgage, whatnot, but you can keep some. You can have your own garden in your house. It's just like investing. It's the same thing. Keep some of those for yourself. Plant them for you, that you can get the gain out of it. Until next time, for the Unfixed Income YouTube channel, I'm Wayne Kramer. God bless. Take care.